this is kind of, you know, as sensitively as I can say this, like looking at Jace, we kind of call it like, it's kind of like invisible disability. Like you
Mhm.
look at him and you're like, he looks just like anybody, like
Normal kid.
typical,
Mhm.
And so I think, but he's got so much going on inside that, sometimes like if we're at the grocery or out somewhere and a sound goes off or
Intercom.
intercom or like at the pool, the intercom, he just loses it. And I think that's hard because not everybody understands. They might think, "Oh, that kid needs
Spoiled.
spoiled," or and I've heard it before, or that kid needs discipline, or like looks like what just staring. And so sometimes that's you wish you could just explain, like you wish you could explain what's
And,
really happening,
and
but
that's the uncomfortable. I think that's one of the hardest things. And it sounds, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this to make it come out as I want it to sound. But, you know, because when you look at Jace, you don't automatically notice something like maybe he's not in a wheelchair or he doesn't have a noticeable physical disability or anything where you may normally, if you see someone else with that, like there's a certain empathy that comes over that person, or you have at least some type of understanding that maybe they have something going on, that you might have to handle a situation differently. Jace doesn't have that. So we almost feel a pressure as parents. It's just this fine line where, personally, and I haven't really talked to you about this, but if, if I feel like I'm meeting a new group of people that I'm going to be seeing again, like if it's just a random group, I'm at a store, no big deal. But if I'm like, oh, this is a parent group or someone from school, I feel the urge to explain a little bit about him because they're going to see him again. Whereas you go into a new environment, you're not really going to take the time to try to, all right, this is called sign syndrome, and you walk through everything because there's not that ever there. It also feels weird because he's our son. He's a normal kid, like to an extent, right?